before you have a metal roof installed, you need to understand how to properly prepare the roof for metal panels. The separation is in the preparation. This job, I wanted to bring you out to it because it's a little unique. It's different from some of our other jobs. Over here, you've got the original home where it's just got the one layer of shingles that are definitely worn out and ready for a new roof. But over here where I'm standing and a little bit over closer this way, you've got a homeowner built addition. It was the homeowner and his father. They built an addition. They did a pretty good job with it. And it's ready for a roof. How is it different from this roof in terms of how we're going to prep it? Over here, this roof is dried in. It has a shingle over it. It's got the decking, the underlayment already under there, and we don't need to do a full tear off. Over here, they have exposed wood decking. Their OSB is exposed to the weather. So until you can get a roof on it, you need to protect that decking from weather and moisture. So over here, what the customer did, if you can look over here, the customer had installed like a 15-pound felt with staples. You can even see if you come up a little closer, there's actually tears in the felt paper. So already it's exposed to weather. So the first thing we do when we get out is we need to obviously ice and water, which is a peel and stick along the eaves about 3 to 4 feet up from the eave. But we also use what's called a full breathable synthetic underlayment. And you can see that right here. And we do that over top of what the customer already had. We're not going to take off what he had. It's just it's an additional protection versus what he has now. Another thing vitally important about the underlayment is we use what's called a stinger, or other contractors that can call it a cap nail or a cap staple. We call it a stinger. So you see a staple and you see a cap, plastic cap around it. What's notorious, or what happens often if it's just a staple used by many contractors, they just come in and they bang a staple in it and that's it, is with foot traffic pulling on the underlayment and with wind pulling the synthetic up and down and dragging it and whatnot, it's going to create micro tears within the synthetic, as you've seen in that felt paper up there. And you're going to end up with hundreds of holes in your synthetic and it's going to leak. The purpose of underlayment is to be an additional vapor and moisture barrier for your roof. So we use that. That cap nailer is going to keep that staple in place and it's going to protect more surface area around. It's going to allow it to perform its job. One of the other things very important with a metal roof or any roof, shingle or not, you need proper ventilation. So you obviously have your intake coming from the soffits where it's going to move cold air in the house, and you need to have some form of ventilation, whether it be box ventilation or whether it be ridge vent. At Forever Metal Roofing, we put a full-length ridge vent in every single home that we have. So you can see here where you can actually see there's a cut, about a 2-inch cut into the attic space, into the ridge, and you can see where we've dried it in by taking on this side we've overlapped 1 foot and that side we've overlapped 1 foot, because this project's not going to take 2 hours, it's going to take 2 to 3 days. So 2 to 3 days, we could have a thunderstorm, we could have snow, we could have all kinds of things that could happen. We need to make sure we protect this customer's investment. So over here you can see where the existing structure or the existing home has box ventilation. It's the aluminum looking boxes. Those work just fine, but a little unsightly. You're buying a brand new metal roof. You want it to look as beautiful as it can possibly be. So we use a full length ridge vent on every single job. And this is how we prep it in. We lay panels first, and then we would apply our foam barrier and our cap. And you've got a fully functioning lifetime metal roof that's going to perform for the rest of your life.